How's it going, everybody? 8 Second Gaming here, back with another Apex Legends video. Today we're doing another tier list. People love tier lists, and I love making them because I love talking about my opinions on what's good and what's bad in Apex. We just had a huge update, kind of broke the servers, but it did a little bit of a balance change. So I want to do a weapon tier list today. I did a Season 10 Legends tier list about a month ago at this point. I'll put a link to that above, I think, if I remember to. But right now I want to do the guns. I'm probably going to do the another Legends tier list in the next little bit because I want to have another Legends tier list coming out for the next split on Kings Canyon. But this is going to be the weapons. Weapons are actually pretty decent this season, in my opinion. I think a lot of them are kind of on par with each other. A lot of them are viable. So this tier list isn't like S, A, B, whatever you see here. This is meta, viable, usable, avoid, and D tier. I think it's an interesting format. So let's hop right into this. I'm going to be going in order that you see here. It's just simple. And I'm going to start off with the L-Star. The L-Star is 100% meta. It is unbelievably good this season. The L-Star was never bad in the last couple seasons. When it first came out, it was god-awful. When it was in the care package, it was horrible. Right, like before, like leading up to this season, it wasn't bad. It was just the visual clutter on it was horrible. That's why people never really ran it. But they buffed the hell out of it this season. So it is absolutely meta. If they take away the energy mag and the barrel and tone down the visual clutter to balance it back out, I think it'll move into viable. But for right now, being as dominant as it is meta for sure. Next up, we have the Havoc. I think the Havoc is usable. No turbocharger, it's just awful. Like, that spin up time gets you killed in close quarter situations if your enemy's actually halfway decent. But the Havoc right now, I don't think is as good as the other ARs. I think it's usable if you find a Havoc. If you find a turbocharger, go ahead, use it. If you like the Havoc, I think it's fine to use it. I don't think it's an avoid, but it's not the best. I don't like it. The Volt, viable. SMGs really aren't that good this season. Shotguns are still super oppressive. The Eva is still really good. A lot of the ARs are super good up close, so SMGs aren't as good anymore, but they're still viable. The Volt is one of the better SMGs. I think it's like Prowler, Volt, R99, and then if you consider the RE45 an SMG, I don't think people do. I don't think anybody really does, but if you do consider an SMG, it'd be at the bottom. But yeah, that's where I put the Volt. The Volt's a really good SMG. If you're gonna run an SMG, I think you should run either the Prowler or the Volt. That's why I'm putting it here. I should mention also when they're in order here. If they're on the same list, like all on the same line, the order of the line does not matter to me. I put them all on the same tier when they're on the same line. Like, they're all the same viability there. So the Devotion, viable. I don't think it's meta. I think it's viable. I think it's annoying to fight against. But you really need that turbocharger to push it over the edge. So relying on a hop-up to really push your gun into that OP tier isn't as good. Plus, with the L-Star being as good as it is, there's no reason to really run a Devotion. The L-Star is just unbelievably good. If you have the ability to run a Devotion well, you should just be running an L-Star anyway. That's my opinion on that. You might not agree, and that's fine. Not everybody has to agree on stuff. Flatline, meta. Flatline's 100% meta. Like, this is... It's just such a good AR. It does have a little bit more of an annoying recoil pattern, but it's whatever. The Flatline's still really good. Hemlock, usable. It's still decent. I don't think it's as good as it was, season 7, season 8? When was the Hemlock meta? I can't remember. I think it was like season 7, season 8, something like that. I don't think it's as good as it was back then. I think a lot of the guns have kind of moved up, and this has moved down, but yeah, Hemlock's in usable. Not really a whole lot that I can touch about that. The Prowler, gonna put in viable. The Prowler is just really good up close. Those bursts are super good. It's really good. I love it. I love the Prowler. It's not, again, like I said, it would be meta, but SMGs this season really aren't that meta. They aren't really go-to weapons. If you're running super short-range weapons, you should just be running an Eva. The Prowler is good until you find an Eva, but you should be running like an AR, an L-Star, or something like that, or long-range weapon, and then a shotgun. Rampage. really good damage. Really, like the fire rate's not that bad once you actually get used to it. A lot of people don't like the fire rate up close because you lose a lot of gunfights, but again, just pull out a shotgun, something like that. The ability to shoot off doors, a lot of people forget about that you can shoot doors off with the charged up rampage. It catches people off guard a lot, and it's really funny to do to people, so it's 100% meta. It's great. Wingman, this is going to be a controversial one, but I put the Wingman in viable. I don't think the Wingman is as good as it used to be. People that are really good with the Wingman, if you want somebody that is really good with the Wingman, check out Serdell. He's Twitch TV / Serdell. He's really good. He's an EU pro. Unbelievably good with the Wingman. But normal base level players, the Wingman isn't good anymore. Like back when Apex first came out and the Wingman was dominant, even if you weren't good with the Wingman, you still picked it up because it was just that oppressive and that good. Now I think it's viable. I don't think it's as good. So I think it's viable. I don't think it's meta. 30-30 repeater, avoid. It's, yeah, avoid that. G7 Scout, meta. That thing is an absolute monster. RA45, D tier. These I'm going really quickly on these ones because there's really not a whole lot that you can talk about. The G7's been good for as long as I can remember, since like season 3 when they gave it a few buffs. 30-30 repeaters, just if you have to run it, run it. RE45, there's literally zero reason to run an RE45. There is zero. People say that like the handling speed of the pistol. No, you don't notice that. Nobody that's actually decent at the game is running an RE45. Probably just making noise upstairs. Nobody that's actually decent at the game is running the RE45 because of the movement of the pistol. If you want the movement of the pistol, you run a Wingman if you're actually running it for that specific reason. If you're going to run an RE45, it's for attachment holding for when you find an RE4 or an R99 or an R301. That being said, R99, I think it's usable. I've covered this on my TikTok a couple days ago, but the R99 is not what it used to be. I've been around for every buff and nerf for the R99. It's not good anymore. People that are really good with it are still really good with it. It's like the Wingman, but most people are not that good. You're spraying 27 bullets to down one person. It's like 26 bullets does like 170 damage or something. I don't know. It's something low like that. It's stupid. It's not worth using. It's not. Like, I'm sick and tired of people like saying like, oh, I like the speed of it. Oh, it's satisfying. Most guns are satisfying to one clip with. I will give that the R99 is very satisfying to one clip. Most guns are satisfying to one clip with. But that being said, the R301 meta. P2020 usable. Some of these I'm gonna go quickly. I do apologize. Some of these I just throw them in. The R301, it's one of the best ARs. Like the flatline, the R301, it's if you do want to run heavy, do want to run light. Those two are on the exact same class. It's just what do you have the attachments for? P2020 is usable with the buffs that it got. If you actually have a decent trigger finger, you can actually down somebody pretty effectively with it. It's interesting. I don't know. Mastiff, I'm gonna put in viable. The Mastiff still chonks pretty hard, but it's not what it used to be. Like if you're hitting somebody for that full pellet spread, you're still decently hitting them. But it's not anything what it used to be. It's still, if you're running a shotgun, you don't have an Eva, pick up the Mastiff instead. That being said, the Eva, I've talked about it a lot this video. It's still the best shotgun. It's still the best up close weapon. Mozambique, I'm gonna put in viable. The consistency is unmatched right now. Like the 45, 45, 45, like those, that's so hard to beat. It's ridiculously strong. Peacekeeper, we're gonna put in usable. The PK is so unforgiving. If you miss that one shot, the reload speed of it, the recock speed, you're dead. You're dead. It's not usable. It's usable. It's not viable. Sorry, it's usable. It's not viable. No point. Spitfire, obviously, putting it up here. Alternator, obviously. If I can get this, okay. Triple take, I'm gonna put in viable. The triple take is good. I just don't think it's the best sniper anymore with the limited ammo. I think the best sniper would probably go to either the Sentinel or the charge rifle. The longbow is still pretty good for people that are actually decent with the longbow. But like again, the charge rifle is just point and click win. The Sentinel headshots are pretty juicy, and with Deadeye's tempo, when you actually get that fire rate going, it's not bad. Kraber, obviously. Longbow, I'm gonna put in usable. Charge rifle, I'm gonna put in viable. Snipers aren't really meta this season. They really aren't. Most of these guns are effective in like medium to long range engagements anyway. It's annoying to go up against the snipers, but not all of them are meta. People like Nicewig that use the longbow all the time, they're very good with it because they're at that level and they know how to leverage it. The average player isn't going to be doing this. Like the average platinum isn't going to be doing this. And then the bow check I'm going to throw up inviable as well. It is not anything what it used to be. The nerfs hit it pretty hard, but I think it's still a decent gun. It's still a decent option. And, you know, these are always subject to change. So if you're watching it in the future, buffs, nerfs, changes, it could change. That's why I'll have like another list eventually. But this is my my tier list for season 10 as of, what is it, the 26th today of September? Yeah, Sunday, September 26th when I'm recording this. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys like this video. If you made it this far, comment what your favorite gun is down below. What gun are you running this season? What is the gun that you drop in, you look for, you're like, hey, I want this gun, because it's just that oppressive and that good for you. It doesn't even have to be like a meta tier gun. It could be like, are you running the Havoc? Is the Havoc that good for you? What I want to know. Let me know down below in the comments. If you made it this far and you haven't yet, consider subscribing to the channel. I post a lot of Apex Legends content. I'm going to be trying to stream here pretty soon again. I think I've fixed a lot of stuff with my PC. I've been doing a lot of test stuff, and I haven't really had like the frame rate drops that I used to have. So, gonna be hopefully streaming again. Drop a like on the video if you guys like this content, so that I know that you guys want to see more of this, and that YouTube knows to push it out to more people so that they can see it, and then we can get a nice community going. I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys have fun. And hopefully I will see you guys again very soon. Peace out.